After the election, where them do, we still dey wait for the change. All the promise when them make, they gonna be like say nothing.
Alexa, turn it up to 7.
I can't find the song Talk to 7 in your music library.
Alexa, turn it up to 7.
I see the part where you been do. Nothing else keep their into do. 97% and 5%. You know we talk like president. Who Nigeria with sentiment? And take your office to revenge. Oh yeah now, I'm a Buhari. We dey beg you. Let Nigeria no go scatter for your head. Yes, after the election where them do, we still dey wait to see the change. That's all the promise where them make. They gonna be like say they're fake you. And where the money, where the food? Nigeria people want it food. But since you come, the tears are paid. We don't try to compare. I know we're planning for the youth. And security no improve. Inflation don't they hit the roof. Still government know they say the truth. I am my brother. This change now, we don't do this on us.
Alexa, turn it down to 1. Right. Good morning and welcome to Mayegun's Diary again today. And I am going to take it up from where the Nigeria presidency stopped. So thank you for joining me, especially those who are watching me for the first time, and the veterans, those of you who have been regulars on Mayegun's Diary. So it's going to be a bit of a brief broadcast tonight. This morning as well. But there won't be any phone call. Please don't call in. Please keep this in mind. So thank you. And it's my birthday as well. So I turn 36 today. So thank you, everyone. So yeah, Abaribe called on Buhari to resign because his government has failed. And it was Buhari himself who came out to say he was surprised that... Let me put this on hold. It was Buhari himself that said he is surprised, he is shocked. The rising killings in Nigeria. It was the president, the tyrant himself who said it. Then, that was him coming to conclusion. That was him coming to reality that, wow, no matter how long I pretend that I don't know what is going on, now I know that things are really getting bad, worse. Then, the National Assembly asked the service chiefs, the businessmen who call themselves the generals in Nigeria, asked them to resign because whatever strategy they are using to fight the Boko Haram has failed. It's not working. Then Abaribe came out to say, Buhari resign, your government has failed. Your government, under your government, more Nigerians have been killed. Under your government, you have failed. You have failed the constitution you swore to protect, to defend. More Nigerians are now living in IDP camps. More Nigerians are living outside Nigeria in IDP camps, in Cameroon, in Niger Republic, and neighboring countries, and so on. Thank you. We'll come back to my birthday towards the end of the broadcast. So, resign and let a competent leader take over the country. The same advice Buhari, Tinubu, El-Rufai, Tunde Bakari, Sheu, all of them, the same advice they gave to Jonathan when Boko Haram was still the only terrorist group in Nigeria known then. Today, under Buhari, we still have Boko Haram. We now have ISWAP. We now have Ansaru. We now have the bandits. We now have the Fulani herdsmen. We now have other categories of criminals in the north that were unknown to Nigeria before Buhari became president. But before then, Buhari told Jonathan to resign. Tinubu told Jonathan to resign. They said it was the right thing to do. You have failed. Nigerians have been killed under you. Today, the same people are now blind, deaf, dumb as well. They don't see, they don't hear, they don't talk anymore, unfortunately. So, but there is a man who is talking. His name is Senator Eyinaya Abaribe. Outspoken, speaking the mind of millions of Nigerians. Buhari resign. And that's the right thing to do. You have what? You have failed. That was not what Garuba or Garbage Sheu failed. We know that of Femi Okuno Adesina. We know that of the rest of them. But there's something so unique and something so criminal about Garbage Sheu. He loves, he loves spilling mud, making it look so dirty, untouchable whenever a reasonable conversation is being had. Garbage, according to his name, Garbage Sheu, went berserk. I'm going to try and find that his message. Just give me a minute. I'm going to find his message because I really want to pick something out from that. Garbage Sheu was talking about Eyinaya. He called Eyinaya Abaribe. He called him a fool. And he called his statement, he tagged the statement, foolish, for asking Buhari to resign after security failure of his government. That was what Garbage Sheu said. He said, Eyinaya Abaribe, Senator Eyinaya Abaribe, is a fool for asking Buhari to resign. Then he diverted to this. Let me quickly find that message. He diverted to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. He said, Senator Eyinaya Abaribe should be in jail right now because he stood shorty for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu absconded, jumped bail, ran away. And today, Eyinaya Abaribe cannot produce Nnamdi Kanu in court. That is who Garbage Sheu is, because they love it. That makes sense. That sounds so kind of direct, but it's diversionary. That is not what happened. Senator Abaribe, after the Northeast Caucus of the National Assembly members came together, they nominated him, and he accepted the nomination to stand surety for Nnamdi Kanu in the case between him and Nigeria. And he did. Then the court adjourned the case to when Nnamdi Kanu will appear in court again. The date of the court for Nnamdi Kanu to return to court is yet to come before Nigerian army mobilized to attack his home, killed his people, killed so many people along the line because they wanted to kill Nnamdi Kanu for the reasons best known to them. That is not part of the bail condition that Eyinaya Abaribe signed for. He signed to produce Nnamdi Kanu on the next court date. But before the next court date, Nigerian government mobilized the military to go and attack, either arrest or to kill Nnamdi Kanu in his home. That is not part of the bail condition. Garbage Sheu did not state that. Rather, it deviated to make it look like if the law if the law really want to take its course, Senator Abaribe shouldn't be talking. He shouldn't even be talking about Buhari resigning for a crime. Abaribe has committed no crime. That is a statement of fact. It stood shorty for someone. Your government mobilized to kill that person. He escaped from that plot to kill him, and you turn around. You want to blame the shorty for letting him run away. Is it from your plan of killing him, or what exactly? You have breached the bail conditions yourselves, and therefore, Senator Abaribe is no longer responsible for anything that transpired between Nigeria and Nnamdi Kanu. He is no longer responsible, even though the court may forfeit the bail bond. Fine, but legally, he is no longer responsible. But garbage Sheu left the conversation of security of lives and properties in the north. Senator Abaribe is from southeast Nigeria, who is also having their own security problem. But it's not as terrible as what we read from the north. He, a Nigerian senator from the eastern part of Nigeria, is so concerned about what is going on in the north that garbage Sheu doesn't seem to be concerned about. He's not, he's telling lies, saying Buhari is doing everything on security. But the record that we have does not justify that. And it is a statement of fact. See, before Buhari came to power, the numbers of IDP camp in the north, and after Buhari came to power, the number of IDP camp in the north has grown 3 times. More people have been displaced by Fulani herdsmen across the north. Many villages, many communities have been ransacked. People have been killed. Those people are now living in IDP camp. That is not a success. You can call that a success when they are talking about security success. Before Buhari came to power, people were still traveling on Kaduna-Abuja Expressway. People were still traveling on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. People were traveling peacefully on Lagos-Benin or Warri Expressway. They had to worry for less of what they are worrying about today. And that is also a statement of fact. So, where is garbage Sheu getting his own facts from? That even the president, the General Buhari himself, agreed that he is surprised, he is shocked about the increasing killings, increasing crisis in Nigeria. Why is garbage Sheu trying to deviate from that important conversation? The answer is not far-fetched. He even talked about PDP, garbage Sheu, in his own response to Abaribe. He talked about PDP 16 years of destroying Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, these con men either have what they call Stockholm Syndrome, or they are like deliberately being stupid, or they think we are all stupid. When they throw the card, when you challenge them to stand up to their responsibility, they play the card of PDP this, PDP that. And their minions seems to agree with them wholeheartedly. And they want us all to agree with them. We are not all stupid. When you talk about PDP, garbage Sheu became prominent in Aso Rock simply because Obasanjo appointed him as a media aide to Atiku Abubakar, the vice president of PDP then. Garbage Sheu, the same garbage Sheu now, joined this same rotten system since 1999, and he was appointed a PDP media assistant to the vice president of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar. For 8 years, garbage Sheu was promoting the ideal, the government, and the dream, the mission of PDP. When Atiku Abubakar left PDP in 2006-2007 to go and join AC because Obasanjo won't let him run under PDP, what happened? Garbage Sheu followed his boss. When his boss returned to PDP, Garbage Sheu returned with him. When it was time for them to form APC, Garbage Sheu joined Atiku to run on the platform of APC. In 2015, when Atiku lost to Buhari the ticket of APC, Garbage Sheu got employed by Buhari, and today Garbage Sheu will tell you a lot about Atiku. It will tell you how bad PDP has been. It will tell you how much they destroy Nigeria. And you will agree with him. Simply because you know nothing if you do agree with him. And Garbage Sheu has his audience. I have to give that to him. They all do. And this is, I want to read exactly what he responded. He called the Abaribe foolish. When the senator was talking, was speaking on the floor of the Senate yesterday, and he was encouraging people to ask the government to be upright and do their own job and stop passing the buck and the rest of that. Do you know something happened that many of you, I believe, you must have probably observed too. Senator Abaribe is from southeast Nigeria. Is from Biafra land. That's some hundreds of kilometers away from Borno. He is far. His people are far from the ravaging armed militias called herdsmen in the north. His own people are far from them so far, even though they are also victims of the spillover of the insecurity. Abaribe is from the east. He is talking about the killings in the north. And he is so concerned. He is so worried, like many of us. And do you know that those who told him to shut up, those who told him to apologize for asking Buhari to resign, do you know there are those who represent the people from the north? Senators from the north. They are telling the senator from the east that is talking about the insecurity in the north. Senators from the north are telling him to shut up and apologize for asking the commander-in-chief to resign for not being able to protect them in the north. Did you observe that? You must have. That is exactly what I have been talking about. You see, to this minute number or minute army of suckers, the opportunists who rose to power and prominence simply because they were able to fly the kite of religion, they were able to fly the kite of tribal, politics. They were able to fly the flag of divisionism, and they became prominent today, and they care less for the people they deceived that they were religious, they believed in their tribe, they love their people, everything they live for is for their people. The people are being killed. Eastern senator. It took an Eastern senator to call them to order and say, guys, stop giving this any coloration at all. A failed government is a failed government. You guys control the military. You control the judiciary. You control the executive. You control the CBN. Because whatever you tell Emefiele to do is what he will do, or else you know what you usually do to them. You will kick them out unceremoniously. Abi? Even though you control all of these things, 4 years, you couldn't protect yourselves. Or let me say, they couldn't protect you if you are living in the north. That should tell you something. It should tell you what? Something. And the people who are supposed to speak up, the people who are supposed to say it out loud, they are shutting the people. They refuse to. And they are sitting there. Shutting everyone who tried to say something. Shut them down. Shut up. Shut up. Don't say that. What do you mean? How can you say you should resign? Blah, blah. Like their life and everything depends on it. Because it does. Their lives depend on this. They don't have jobs. They are billionaires without inventions. They will tell you that guy is so rich. Well, man, that guy is rich. Oh, say, he's so rich. What did he do for it? What does he do for a living or so? They say, no, he's a contractor, and the guy has a connection. He has so much connection. Big men is, oh, nah, GBT, fraud. Big men with no invention, nothing. Billionaires with no invention. They have nothing. Just paper money. So that's what they should be talking about, but they are not. So I want to get this. The response of Sheu this morning. I think I dropped that this morning. He said Abaribe should be in jail. And we are saying, who should be in jail? Someone who stood shorty for someone who committed no crime? Someone you put up a trump-up charges against? You said he's committing a treason because he's asking for Biafra? He's committed no crime, he's committed nothing. So you charge him to court. Then another person, following the law, stood shorty for him. Then you, behind him, you arranged to get the accused killed or arrested. And you lost that target. Then you want to commit him for a crime that never existed. Abi? Or someone who organized to overthrow a legitimately elected government in 1983. Someone who overthrew a government that was duly elected, made himself the president. Then, at the end of the day, collecting the salary of a former president in that same contraption, Nigeria. And he even got rewarded again to be made the president. Who should be in jail? If I try to overthrow Buhari now, I will be charged for treason. Right? And the reward for treason is not even life imprisonment, it's death. They will have to kill me if I fail. Buhari planned to overthrow government. It succeeded, by the way. That's when they say, oh, if you try to go and rob a bank now, if I say, oh, my friends, let's go and rob a bank. You know, if we go in there and we successfully rob the bank, we'll have some money, we'll be rich, right? But if we go in there and we get caught or killed, that's just it, Abi. So then you say, okay, because you managed to rob the bank and you came out very well, then you can flaunt it because, yeah, what if you got killed? A crime is still a crime. Buhari committed a crime against the Constitution of Nigeria, suspended that Constitution, rewarded himself, rewarded his clique, destroyed the country until another criminal overthrew him as well. So that was how the crime became, back and forth, until Nigerians stood up again for democracy. And then some Buhari dins and Buhari didderings. Buhari denotus and the Buhari dijatus. The Ngoziaris, the Onekaharis, and Buhari Shukus. The obedient fools, the ombud slave, the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, and the Mumu lecturers over there. They will tell you they managed to bring him back. Now we have a garbage Sheu trying to twist the narrative. Buhari called on Jonathan to resign because Jonathan had failed to protect Nigerians. Today, Buhari, more Nigerians are now living in poverty, in, name it. So Buhari, people are now calling on Buhari to resign. Garbage Sheu is trying to twist that. So are some of the Mumu lecturers and the Bele lecturers who love to speak grammar to try to justify madness in their own right. Buhari has failed. Let's be honest with ourselves, okay? He's failed. And the sooner you realize this, the better for you to join others to ask him to go. He doesn't even know what is going on in his government anymore. It is so obvious. If they don't believe us, let them put Buhari on a live interview. Let Buhari come and talk about security. If I ask you to say that now, they will say, why must he come and talk about security? They are fighting war in Nigeria. They are telling you Nigerians that, no, they are fighting terrorism. You are fighting war. People are being killed. People are being displaced. People are being caught. You saw what happened. You saw the videos of those caught and being executed by the Boko Haram. These things are happening. You cannot pretend they are not happening. Then the hypocrisy of the North. So they are more interested in having the presidency than saying the truth to protect their people. Abaribe told us that the APC asked that they should be stoned if they failed. Now they have failed. And that stoning will begin somehow. It may not be the physical stoning, but the stoning, will begin somehow. The way the whole thing is going. So no matter how much they try to change the narrative. So what happened to the northern emirs? Like, the northern governors? What's going on? Are they also culprits in all of this? The northern governors. At least they were elected by their people. What's going on? They are in on it. As I've been told, because they said, in this chaos, the people need some people to be seen as those who are standing for them and all of that. Even if the people who are standing for them are the same people who are funding the chaos, who are funding the killings, who are funding all of that. So, politically, it is productive, I've been told. But how much blood would they need before they get before they get this satisfaction they need? How much blood before they will come out true to themselves, right? And face this frontally, as they say it, frontally, by asking Buhari to resign. He is not aware of what is going on around him. He is not, and they are hiding many things from him because the military, the security in Nigeria has been compromised. Do not be deceived. Do not be deceived by any rhetoric or any sort of, is it called gerrymandering? Do not be deceived by any sort of coloration that anyone wants to give it. Are you with me now? So, one sec. So do not be deceived, like I said. It is so obvious that whatever strategy they are also using is not working. And as it is not working, the level of compromise in the Nigerian security system works for those who sit at the top. But you see, those who are the lower cadre of the ranks and the rest of them, they are more or less like sacrificial lambs to the greed of those few who are at the top, because the system has been compromised. So it needs a real serious overhauling, and that comes from a real truthful report on exact rot that has eaten deep in the Nigerian security system right now. So it's no longer about patriotism, it's no longer about professionalism. They may give it all coloration they want to give it, give to it. But Nigerian security system has been so compromised that we have lost good men to the terrorists. Good men. Are you with me? Our soldiers that shouldn't just go anyhow. Nigeria has the resources to have good intelligence reports to back every operation before execution. We have the resources. So imagine Nigerian soldiers now just going into a territory in their own country, territory now occupied by the enemy, and they don't have the what do you call it, beforehand information about the area. How possible is that? Then you get to see that our soldiers are now ambushed, weapons being transported, getting carted away, cash being transported by Nigerian military, being ambushed by the terrorists, undisclosed cash. That's how compromised Nigeria military and Nigerian security apparatus right now, security agents all over the place. That's how compromised they are right now. The Nigeria police, the Nigerian army, they are so dirty. They are so dirty right now that they even fight openly. There's a kidnapper who happens to be an APC member from Benue Yobe side. I just forgot his name now. The Nigeria secret police managed to arrest this guy. They were now taking him to their station to go and process him. Wadume, his name is Wadume. They want to go and process him. On their way, Nigerian army set a roadblock on the way. And when and it is actually illegal roadblock, but it's because they had the primordial knowledge of the operation that the notorious kidnapper who happens to be an APC member, Wadume, is going to be arrested. In fact, he will be arrested in the next few minutes. So they set an illegal roadblock on the way to stop them. And when they stopped them, they shot and killed all the policemen in the vehicle. They shot the civilians in the vehicle. And they rescued Wadume, Nigerian soldiers. You know what happened? They now declare that from Taraba, God bless you. That's that part of the, Nigerian soldiers. They now reported the case as they rescued a Nigerian from kidnappers. So the policemen that arrested the notorious kidnapper Wadume, they became the kidnappers in the Nigerian soldiers' report. So Wadume, who is the notorious kidnapper in handcuff, became the victim. That's what happened. That's how compromised Nigerian security system is right now. They are just living in a bubble. Everybody trying to say they have a solution. They have the solution. I have the solution to Nigerian security problem. You don't have solution to Nigerian security problem. The only solution to Nigerian security problem is to divide Nigeria. Divide Nigeria along the river line. Let the north stay in the north. Middle belt can choose where they want to go. If they want to join their brothers and sisters in the south, we will draw the map for them. And let the north keep the name Nigeria. And let the south choose a name that befits them. That is the only security solution to Nigeria. Because at that point, the southern Nigeria will be required by law to protect our border. At that point, northern border can be porous. They can be walking through from Katsina to Niger State. They can be cycling from, what do you call it, from Sokoto to Cameroon. They can do all of that. They are free. They can do all of that open border they are doing in the north. Period. Under that arrangement, the southern Nigeria will be able to be responsible by law to protect our borders against what comes in and what goes out. So stop, don't pretend. I'm not going to join you in saying I have solution to Nigeria's security problem. Are you with me? I don't, because nobody has it. If you have the opportunity of being the Nigerian Minister of Defense, you will understand better. You have no solution to Nigeria's security problem. The greed. Nigeria is not so big that, that we can't really rule. I mean, people can rule Nigeria efficiently, comfortably, justly. But the greed is so big that once you join them, the greed is all you see. The ambition that is taking you nowhere. You want to be president? Yeah, go ahead and be president. President of the poorest country in the world. Nothing changes. Yeah, you want to be this? Okay, go and be minister. Go and be senator. The ambition that takes you nowhere. In cycle, it's called the catch-22. Catch-22. Maybe if I become senator, maybe I can make law that will change the security problem in Nigeria. You can't. The only solution to insecurity in Nigeria is to divide the country and let, that is the only security solution. Every other thing that everyone proposes right now is just temporal, when you are managing a thing. It's like when Nigeria says they are fighting poverty. Nigeria has never fought poverty. Do not be deceived. Giving Okada to graduate is not poverty alleviation program. You are not fighting poverty. Giving sewing machine to graduate to go and become tailor. Teaching them how to make soap after they have spent how many years? 13, 14 years in school. Obtaining a particular knowledge. Then you send them back to go and learn how to make soap. How to make this, because that's what Nigeria is. That is not poverty alleviation program. That is poverty management program. That's what your leaders have been doing. They have been managing poverty. That is why poverty never leaves Nigeria. And it will never leave Nigeria. Because the greed that is hovering over the country, that has taken over the politicians themselves, right? The greed which knows no tribe, religion, culture, or anything. The greed unites them from north to south, from west to east, from middle belt to south. The greed unites them across board. They don't see themselves as APC, PDP, Christians, Muslims, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. They don't see themselves as that. They are united in their greed. You know how things end like that? That's it. They are united. Not by tribe, not by religion, not by politics, not by political party or anything, but by their greed. So you can't save Nigeria. No one can. Forget it. The only solution is when you divide the country along that regional line, along that Niger River there, divide it. Then Southerners we will devise ways that we are going to use to deal with our own thieves, our own greedy, overfed pigs called political leaders. We will devise it. If we are just going to make them run mad for 3 days, confess, and then become normal again and go back to normal where they should be, not by stealing our money again. We will do it anyhow. We will devise it. I've never been to Kano. I've never been to Sokoto. I've never been to 19 states in the north in my life. And I'm a Nigerian. I'm scared to go, by the way. I've always been scared to go. For some reason. Many of you also probably have the same feeling. But I'm being made to call myself a Nigerian that the 19 states in the north also represent, and someone from that part of the country can talk on my behalf, and whether I agree or not, he's making his own opinion, and I have to get, the majority carry it. So I can't talk. I can't deal with that. When I sit down and I'm watching Ganduje, Professor Gandola, the chairman, National Mobile Banking, Mobile Abaribe Banking, Chief Gandola. I was sitting there watching series by series of how he was collecting the money, the dollars, talking it into his Abaribe bank, talking it into his Abaribe safe, and all of that. He is from Kano. I can't really talk other than just to rant. But if I'm a southern Nigerian and I saw a video of Sanwo-Olu collecting dollar, putting it inside his agbada, we can devise a mean of dealing with him, and one Umaru or Abdullahi or Shadia from Kano, from Borno or from Sokoto will not come after me and say I am talking about Sanwo-Olu because I don't like APC. What would be my business with Abdullahi? What would be my business with Tara? Or what would be my business with Seidu from Kano, Kaduna, Sokoto? If I'm talking about the governor from my own region, my country, he wouldn't have to say anything. He will have to go and deal with El Rufaya in the north. He will have to go and deal with Masari. He will go and deal with the rest of his own people there. He will go and deal with Buhari if Buhari is their president then. That's what I'm talking about. That way, we will deal with insecurity in Nigeria. We will deal with corruption in Nigeria. We will deal with infrastructural decay in Nigeria. We will deal with the criminals who have been overfed, these overfed pigs, who might want to take a second chance and switch life when the opportunity comes. We will devise means of dealing with them our own way. And I won't be listening to Nkechi Ifesinachi when I am talking about that, because I will know that if you don't agree with me, maybe you are on the other side. I'll be fine with him. But not with places I've never been to. No. That is how I see it, by the way. And to some of you who knows my Egun's Diary very well, everything I've vomited today, they are just from here. There are things many of you know, many of you knows too. They are not new things. Many of what I've said are not new to many of you. But I said them from here, and everything from here. So I may not be 100% right or perfect in the presentation of it. But pick the key point from this. The Northerners pretends to be happy as long as Buhari is still the president. A Southerner is considered an enemy if he speaks up about the killings in the north. Why are they not talking about the killings in the north? Why are they talking in hushed tones? I don't want that my brother to hear. I don't want that because he's a Southerner, he's a Christian. I don't want them to start thinking I'm a Muslim that doesn't support other Muslim. But you agree that Boko Haram is killing Muslims, Christians, that whoever they find on their way, they kill you. You know that, Abi? But you don't want to talk, because if you talk, it will be like you are talking against, or you're speaking against your religion. No, you are not. No, you are not. You know what I mean now? So, but we'll get there. Let people continue to talk. Let people continue to speak up as well. We'll get there. With time, we'll get there, okay? So thank you so much for your time this morning again. So it's my birthday, just like every other day. So on to the next one. So to all of you who have sent me the greetings and all of that, well wishes and everything, thank you. Let me just use this opportunity, because I know I won't be able to reply you one by one. I don't think I can, So But I will use this opportunity to say thank you. I am 36 today, and I look forward to maybe another 36. Maybe, if I am lucky. So thank you. But as long as I'm here, as long as I am alive, as long as I can still talk, you can always count on me that it will always, always stand for what is right. And we won't stop talking. We won't stop talking. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good morning. From here. Alexa, turn it up to the full. Alexa, turn it up to 8. Corruption, they break the law. What is better, you withdraw. For all of your flaws. Papa, let us be. I just want to have a real dance before I go. Say they make, can they be like saying I fake you? Where the money, where the food, yeah. Not tears of pain, Nice one. Thank you very much for your time. Good morning.